Shortly after making last week's recording, I watched the videotape of the Philando Castile killing, and it was just galling. It was just too much to watch. And then to see the other tape of his girlfriend, of actually his daughter, comforting his girlfriend, saying she didn't want her mommy to be shooted. Somebody really needs to say to us what we are missing. Because how does somebody watch those videos? How does somebody watch the video of the cop shooting Philando Castile come back with a verdict of not guilty, not for murder, but just for manslaughter? We need to know that. But now the script will continue, and surely the family will sue into the civil court, and the city will settle for a few $1,000,000, and everybody will go on their merry way. And that's really so insidious that throughout this time, throughout these incidents, the perpetrating cities are always willing to pay out in civil court many millions of dollars rather than admit that they have a problem with their police force. When I was in New Jersey, when I worked in New Jersey in state government, one day during lunch, a number of African American professionals were gathered for lunch, and the question was posed how many had sued or how many had filed a complaint of racial discrimination. And of a table of around 20 people, nearly every hand went up, including mine. Now, most of those probably did not make it to any level of settlement. Some of them may have been dismissed. Mine certainly was, not because it was without merit, but just because I chose not to pursue it. But I broke a story probably about 12 years ago in which I just opined and said, if the many millions of dollars the state probably pays out in racial discrimination claims on an annual basis, yet there's no training, there's no discipline for the people who are doing the offenses. It's just business as usual. And here we have it, our governments, our local governments, our state governments, our federal governments who are making the rules for everybody else to follow. But yet they are the worst offenders of these rules, certainly when it comes to discrimination. They are the leaders, and they do nothing about it. And that is wrong. That is awful. That we won't change our culture. We just fork out a few dollars here and there and say, "Go on your merry way. We're going to continue we're going to continue doing business how we've always been doing business." Well, what if we did change the culture? What if we worked to change the culture? Wouldn't that be a better solution than paying out all these millions of dollars? Why are we so unwilling to do that hard work? Why are we so willing to just sweep this under the rug? America, we need to change. We have to change. We can do better. We should do better. We should want to do better. We cannot continue in this vein. We cannot continue shooting and killing unarmed men, be they black, white, brown, or whatever. Our police need to have rules of engagement, and they need to be able to follow them, and they need to be punished when those rules of engagement are broken. We need to stop discrimination, employment discrimination in our government systems. We need to pass the Employment Non-Discrimination Act so that we can protect our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters and our transgender people just as everybody else in this country is protected. The government must lead the way. And it is an issue that we should all demand that the government lead the way, because right now it is the corporations who are often leading and filling the void where the government should be. There's been controversy at our Pride parades this year as to the corporate backing of many of the Pride festivals. But yet, if you look at these corporations, they are doing the very things that we are demanding of the government that the government refuses to do. These are the corporations that have adopted protections for transgender employees and for gay and lesbian employees, while our government sits idly by, twiddling its thumbs. These are the corporations who are accepting of same-sex marriages and same-sex relationships, providing them with health care and benefits, while our government looks the other way. We need to do better. We need to demand more of our government, and our government has to take its head out of the sand. A few $1,000,000 here and there, maybe that's not enough. Maybe that's peanuts to these government entities. But the sad thing is that these dollars are never really reported to the public. We don't know how much is paid out on an annual basis for racial discrimination claims, for racial injustices, for losses in civil courts due to racial grievances. We need to know this information, and we need to demand that our government stop paying our money out in defense of these rogue individuals. It's not about the money. We shouldn't be so willing to shell out a few dollars and so unwilling to work to save lives.